Welcome to the Kids Kingdom. Please like, share and subscribe the channel. Press the bell icon.
Once upon a time, in a land far away, there lived two little princesses. Their names were Eliza and Sophie. They were sisters and best friends. Eliza, the older one, loved to read and paint. Sophie, the younger one, loved to explore and play in the garden. They lived in a beautiful castle with their parents, the king and queen. One sunny day, while playing in the garden, Sophie found a hidden path. Curious and excited, she followed it. The path led her deep into the woods, to a magical garden she had never seen before. The garden was full of colorful flowers and butterflies. In the middle of the garden, there was a large cage shaped like a butterfly. Sophie was amazed and went closer to take a look. Suddenly, a wicked fairy appeared. She was angry that Sophie had found her secret garden. The fairy cast a spell on Sophie, turning her into a beautiful butterfly and trapping her in the cage. The fairy laughed and vanished, leaving Sophie fluttering inside the cage. Back at the castle, Eliza noticed that Sophie was missing. She searched everywhere but could not find her sister. Eliza was very worried. She went to the king and queen, and they called for the royal guards to search the entire kingdom. Days passed, but Sophie was nowhere to be found. One night, Eliza had a dream. In her dream, a kind fairy appeared and told her about the magical garden and the wicked fairy spell. The kind fairy said that only someone with a pure heart and great courage could save Sophie. Eliza knew she had to save her sister. She packed some food, water, and her favorite book, and set off on her journey the next morning. Eliza followed the same hidden path that Sophie had found. It was a long and difficult journey through the woods. Eliza faced many challenges along the way. She had to cross a deep river, climb a steep mountain, and walk through a dark forest. But Eliza was brave and determined. She never gave up, no matter how hard it was. Finally, after many days of travel, Eliza reached the magical garden. She saw the beautiful flowers and butterflies, and in the middle, she saw the cage shaped like a butterfly. Inside the cage, she saw a butterfly that looked different from the others. Eliza knew it was Sophie. Eliza went closer to the cage. She tried to open it, but it was locked with a magic spell. Eliza remembered the kind fairy's words, "Only a pure heart and great courage could break the spell." Eliza closed her eyes and thought of all the happy times she and Sophie had shared. She thought of how much she loved her sister and how much she missed her. A tear fell from Eliza's eye and touched the cage. Suddenly, the cage started to glow. The magic spell was breaking. The butterfly inside the cage began to change. The wings turned into arms, the body turned into a little girl. Sophie was back to her human form. Eliza and Sophie hugged each other tightly. They were so happy to be together again. But their happiness was short-lived. The wicked fairy appeared again, furious that her spell was broken. She tried to cast another spell on the sisters. But this time, Eliza was ready. She stood in front of Sophie and held out her hand. Eliza's pure heart and great courage created a shield of light that protected them from the fairy's dark magic. The kind fairy from Eliza's dream appeared again. She used her magic to capture the wicked fairy and banish her from the garden forever. The kind fairy thanked Eliza for her bravery and love. She told Eliza and Sophie that the magical garden would now be a safe and happy place for everyone. Eliza and Sophie returned to the castle. The king and queen were overjoyed to see their daughters safe and sound.